Very interested to see what the Joker's boat is going to be able to do. They were incrementally making adjustments, picking up a little speed. Hopefully they can get a good show here.
5 minutes, and the boats are heading out of the pits.
Yes, they are.
Right over to Tire Factory, turn number 2.
First boat coming out. Well, it's a dead heat coming out. J. Michael Kelly in the U9. Lynx Healthcare presents Miss Tri-Cities. Then it's Dave Villwalk in the U40. The Beacon Plumbing. Kelly, silver with white and orange trim. Villwalk in the Beacon Plumbing, predominantly orange, trimmed in black. He's the second boat away. Then it is the Joker's Casino, the U11 with Jamie Nielsen. The lid is down on Jeff Bernard on the black and gold. Goodman Real Estate, 4 boats in Heat 1. It's the 2022 race. You got a great shot over there, Mr. Maselli. Boats right in front of you.
Oh, that I do as they come out, and you can just see, again, as soon as you start to hear those turbines kick on, everybody stops what they're doing. They look out onto the water, and now we've got a good group of boats going in a row, and now it looks like the last one finally now pulling away from the pits over by you guys.
Any clarification on the points, how this is all going to break down, since we've gone through a couple of different formulas as to how we're going to do the racing? How are the points going to break down? Anybody got a beat on that?
I do not have an official beat on that, but I'll bet tonight's dinner we're doing this just as normal, because in this format every boat is going to run 4 times. That's the way they do it in the Gold Cup format, and originally had we had more boats we were going to run a basic Gold Cup format. Everybody would run twice. I'm sure this is full points.
Jamie Nielsen has cut across the Esco Electric DMC to the front stretch, following J. Michael Kelly across the Mosteller start-finish line. And then you have Dave Villwalk on the outside in the bright orange, black, yellow trim, Beacon Plumbing.
Earlier today, had a couple of boats doing some testing. It looks like they were trying to score up on a buoy to see if they could hit that start-finish line. It'll be interesting to see this first heat if somebody's got the proper formula to hit that start-finish line at full speed and make it a clean start.
Just a reminder, all swimmers and waders, we need you out of the water, up on the shoreline. All spectators out of the river and up on the shoreline. Clock now just inside 3 minutes to the start of Heat 1. And Jamie Nielsen cut across the infield to the backstretch through the Esco Electric infield.
Keep an eye on those 2 boats going up the backstretch. Keep an eye on JMK and Dave Villwalk. Mike is staying tight to the buoy row. He is on the inside, 2:35 till the starts. I don't think either of those boats, in fact, any of the 3 of them up there, I don't think anybody's going to cut the race course. Nobody wants to be at start finish with 2 minutes. Now here goes Jeff. He's going to cut the course across the bottom end, and we'll see what he does. Watch him. He could conceivably cut the top end of the race course. We'll see what he does coming up on 2:10 right now.
So Jamie Nielsen close to the buoy line at the exit pin of our White's Finish Furniture turn number 4.
Can he get around in another 2 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about right at that 80-mile-an-hour mark.
So he's trying to keep lane 1.
But J. Michael Kelly's behind him, also in that same lane. So something will have to give here. Dave Villwalk is on the outside, but it looks like he might edge in a little bit. I wonder where he's going to end up. And just off the exit pin now of White's Finish Furniture Hardwoods turn 4 is Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate 91.
And Dave is doing some S-turns coming down the front straightaway to scruff off a little bit of time. Jamie is down here at 1:26, my mark. You don't want to be here before 1:30, so it's going to be a little tight for Jamie. He cannot go below 80 miles an hour. So here comes Kelly. He is behind in the corner, still sitting in lane 1, but Nielsen.
Goodman boat with Bernard across the Esco Electric DMZ.
Oh, he's early. He's early. 1:07.
That's a big move. Remember, we saw some of those 80-mile-an-hour penalties happen in Guntersville, Brad.
We sure did, and that's a gutsy move. There is still 50-plus seconds before the start, and Jeff's already up at the top end. I was thinking perhaps Jamie Nielsen was a little on the early side, but Jeff's...
Mobile games are going big. Free Fire Max is
way out in front of him, 43 seconds.
And remember, guys, in the E350s yesterday, we had some issues with timing as well, and a lot of the crews that were involved in the races we saw with them yesterday.
Doesn't look like he's going 80 miles an hour to me.
It's a tough one, isn't it? He's just inside 30 seconds.
See if he goes way wide.
He's going extremely wide now at the top end in lane number 3. Maybe he's cut it back to the inside. We're at 20 seconds.
Watch Vilwalk and Kelly.
This is going to be close.
Yeah, so in lane number 1, you've got Bernard in the 91. Lane number 2,
10 seconds.
Lane number 3 is going to be J. Michael Kelly. Lane number 4 will be Dave Vilwalk.
He's early.
He's early.
He's early.
He jumped the gun by 3 seconds. 2-1 mark, and it looks like a clean start. And it's J. Michael Kelly leading as they come down the front stretch. He's in lane number 3.
Bernard's going to get down here first, but you guys called him across the line. That is J. Michael Kelly. He's got almost a full rooster tail on Vilwalk, and then it's back to Nielsen in fourth.
Here now as they round Tire Factory turn number 2. As you mentioned there, Vilwalk again leading right now, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out as we've got now coming up on the outside that orange and black of the Miss Beacon Plumbing trying to close some ground.
Yeah, Dave Vilwalk is trying to run down J. Michael Kelly, but on the backstretch, J. Michael Kelly's got the boat speed. Your race leader out on the course is Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate 91, the black and gold boat, but he was early across the start-finish line. The review is underway upstairs officially.
Official jump.
More news.
He jumped it. That's an official from the
Okay.
H1.
So the 91, and we counted him as good 3 seconds early at the start-finish line, just out of shape after cutting through the Esco Electric infield. He will cross start-finish line first at the end of lap number 1. J. Michael Kelly in second place, the Miss Tri-Cities.
148.46 on the first lap.
The third place boat is Dave Vilwalk, but he's second because of the penalty for going early for the Goodman Real Estate 91. Jamie Nielsen has not been able to find good boat speed, and he is the trailing boat heading down into All Doors Incorporated turn number 1.
Yeah, now here at Tire Factory turn number 2, same situation. We do seem to see that orange and black boat closing a little bit of ground now. We mentioned Bernard with that early start. Not so much incentive perhaps to keep going, but to be determined now as they work along the Griggs backstretch towards Sun Pacific Energy turn 3.
J. Michael Kelly is going to go ahead and pass Bernard in lane number 2 and head around the top end of the course, showing Sun Pacific Energy turn number 3 into White's Finished Furniture turn number 4. And our Buffalo Brothers friends in turn 4. Pretty good racing action. J. Michael Kelly is going to claim the lead away from Bernard as they come across the start-finish line, and the white flag is out. One more lap to go, and it does not look like Dave Vilwalk will have enough boat speed or enough real estate to challenge. J. Michael Kelly getting a little bit out of shape coming down the front stretch into All Doors turn number 1.
Yeah, he's getting down here. He's to the entrance pin right now. He's got almost 2 rooster tails on Dave Vilwalk. Dave Vilwalk is running third on the water. He is in second place now.
Yeah, again, at this point, it does seem like it's J. Michael Kelly's to lose, but stranger things have happened. He's got about a rooster tail, maybe a rooster tail and a half lead.
A little bit of rough water for the Goodman Real Estate 91 and Jeff Bernard heading through a sloppy turn number 2. Back up the back stretch, it is a 2 rooster tail lead for your race leader. That's J. Michael Kelly. Lynx Healthcare presents Miss Tri-Cities. Into Sun Pacific Energy, Shell Sun Market turn number 3 to the exit pin of White's Finished Furniture turn number 4 and onto the front stretch. Checkered flag is out. Dave Vilwalk is going to pass up Bernard in turn number 4, but swings way out wide. Bernard may be able to hold him off on the front stretch. Across the start-finish line, checkered flag is out. J. Michael Kelly gets heat number 1 victory. Second place will go to Dave Vilwalk in the Miss Beacon Plumbing. Third place will be Jamie Nielsen. And again, the Goodman Real Estate boat in the 91, a little bit early across the start for Jeff Bernard.
A good boat ride.
Unfortunate series of events for Bernard, cutting across the
It was a bold move.
the DMZ, the Esco Electric DMZ, but if he would have continued, he would have been able to stay clean and maybe have good momentum at start finish. That's
Brad, you were mentioning down by where you are in the pits, usually about a 90-second marker when they score up in front of you. Is that well known amongst all of the drivers? You want to pick up as many points as you can.
5 minutes.
But
5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yep, here we go.
All right, all swimmers, we need you up on the shoreline. Everybody out in the water, we need you up on the shore. Everybody out of the Columbia River as we get ready for Heat 2 for our unlimited hydroplanes for the 2022 Hapo Columbia Cup. Again, all swimmers completely out of the water, up on the shore, please. Out first, J. Michael Kelly, the 9. Lynx Healthcare presents Miss Tri-Cities, followed by Joker's Casino, the 11 with Jamie Nielsen, Dave Vilwalk in the Beacon Plumbing, the 40, and coming out now will be Jimmy Shane in the 1, Home Street.
happening. In fact, is he deep? How far down is he?
Down.
What kind of a message would it send if J. Michael Kelly can go 2 for 2? This is the race everybody's talking about at Home Street and Dave Villwock. But what happens if J. Michael Kelly just says, what about me?
What about me? And that's why we go race him on the water.
Well, he wants lane number 1 again because that's where he's parking. It's early yet as they come across the Mosteller Memorial start-finish line. It'll be Jamie Nielsen.
3:30.
11.
3 minutes, 30 seconds.
And Nielsen may be doing a little bit of a crossover as he heads down to All-Doors Incorporated, turn number 1. Jimmy Shane comes across start-finish now. And then still up at the top end of the course, just at the exit pin of turn number 4 is Dave Villwock in the 40 Beacon Plumbing.
Kind of looks like maybe Mike, JMK, in that Miss Tri-Cities presented by Lynx Healthcare. Like they had some timing marks they wanted to hit, but to hit the timing marks, he had to come blow up to the top end first. And if that's the case, then he had the opportunity to get right on him. Right in front of you, Derek, J. Michael Kelly on the inside. Here comes Jimmy Shane in the home street.
Obviously a huge story for them, but a little further on up the backstretch. Huge, obviously, for Miss Jokers Casino and Nielsen Company. They didn't get to really do a whole lot yesterday. Crews were hard at work, looking to redeem themselves.
Villwock jumps through the ESCO Electric infield to the backstretch. Go ahead, Derek.
Just talking a bit about Nielsen and how that team now will have to redeem themselves from that disqualification that they had earlier on in the first heat. It's good to be out on the water, of course. They didn't get out here yesterday, but to me, that's the big redemption arc here in this race.
2 minutes and 15 seconds. Nielsen at the top end of the course at the apex between 3 and 4.
Does it look like they're going 80 miles an hour?
Well, that's a good point.
I like the timing on this a whole lot better.
Dave Villwock jumps through the ESCO Electric infield, and he'll jump right behind Jamie Nielsen.
And then he'll float
and
down
then
wide.
Come way out wide.
Wow.
That is different.
Yeah. You thought he was going to come across the infield there and tie himself into an inside lane. No, he went right in front of everybody and said, I'm going all the way to the outside.
We've got some slow boats coming down the front stretch. Nielsen in lane 1. Kelly lane 2.
1 minute,
Shane
30 seconds.
in lane 3.
90 seconds,
in
Mark.
lane 4 on the outside. As they head to All-Doors Incorporated, turn number 1 at 1:20.
Yeah, I think that's much better this time for Jamie Nielsen. And Dave clearly wanted to be on the outside. He was a little worried about his timing, but he wanted to get to the outside. He found a way to do it. He did. Derek, they're right in front of you. You got all 4 at a minute 5.
Yeah, that we did. It does look like Nielsen's going to stick to that lane 1 on the inside, hugging real close to the turnman. Villwock content to be outside, and it looks like Miss Tri-City is going to be that number 3 spot with J. Michael Kelly, and then, or in lane 2 rather, and then lane 3 coming down the backstretch is Jimmy Shane in that bright blue Miss Home Street U1 boat.
Well, this is eerily similar to the Dash for Cash in that you have Villwock on the outside and Jimmy Shane just inside of him in lane number 3. Clock at 37 seconds to the start of heat 2. Nielsen, lane number 1. In the 11, Jokers Casino, lane number 2. The 9, Lynx Healthcare presents Miss Tri-Cities with J. Michael Kelly. Lane number 3, Home Street, the 1, Miss Madison. And Jimmy Shane, and on the outside, the U40, Beacon Plumbing with Dave Villwock.
It's a testament to the speed of these amazing machines. They just don't look like they're going at least 80 miles an hour, and they are. He's putting his foot into it. Here we go.
8 seconds. 5 seconds as they come down the front stretch.
Shane's got the boat speed.
1 mark.
Good start.
It's a clean start, and it's going to be Jimmy Shane leading in lane number 3 as they come down the front stretch. But look at Villwock on the outside. He's challenging. J. Michael Kelly's got good boat speed in lane number 2. It's a good start.
Wow, Jimmy Shane with a line. Oh, there goes Davey.
Oh!
Davey.
Oh! Dave Villwock and a blowover. All-Doors Incorporated, turn number 1. Up in the air.
Side up.
Did a complete 360 and landed right side up.
Dave was really flying the boat coming down the front straightaway. The boat picked up on him when he got into the corner.
The Columbia River, Pasco side, Kennewick side, everybody up on shore, please.
You guys were talking about how this might change the dynamic of this particular heat. First thing we noticed, J. Michael Kelly came out of the pit area the exact same way he did last time. Came out like a house of fire, and he ran pretty quick up the first part of the back chute. Has pulled his foot a little bit. See if he doesn't slow down way up at the other end. But the other piece coming into play here is, remember, yesterday we were discussing the number change. And there goes Kelly backing it down again. Remember yesterday we discussed the number change from J. Michael Kelly's boat number 8. They've changed it to number 9. So his points get added on to the hull that Corey Peabody was driving. Why did they do that? Because there's only a couple hundred points difference between the 9 and the 1, Jimmy Shane's home street. So there's some big time national high points at play here.
And of course, Jamie Nielsen wants to finish the heat and get points of his own, but you know, they've come a long way with that motor mount issue. They had to thrash on that boat Friday to get it ready. And now they're out on the race course and fighting for lanes. We're at 3 minutes and 15 seconds to the rerun of Heat 2 for the Unlimited Hydroplanes, the Hapo Columbia Cup here in Hydro Cities, Tri-Cities. Glad you're along for the ride in Columbia Park on the Kennewick shoreline, over at Wade Park on the Pasco shoreline. What a great sight to see this Saturday afternoon.
That it is, as they make now the home street boat with Jimmy Shane rounding Tire Factory turn number 2. Man, that thing can just fly, and they all look so seamless out there. Again, J. Michael Kelly and Miss Tri-Cities hugging that inside lane, and we do have Miss Joker's Casino looking for their redemption run. After they finished 3rd, they were disqualified for falling under 80 in that first heat, so they've got a lot to fight for here as well.
Coming up the backstretch, Jimmy Shane. He's on the outside, and I think that's where he's going to stay. He set up in lane number 3 last time when they were out there with Bill Walk outside. See if Jimmy jumps to the inside, and it looks like maybe he's jumping across the DMZ. Esco Electric infield to the front stretch. Clock at 2:17.
He's early. He's early. He better have his foot in it. And
well,
he does. He does. Wow. He's going to come all the way down. Now he may make a hard left-hand turn. Right,
I think he's going to. He is. He's going to take the turn for the Grand Prix boats over to the backside. So another Esco Electric infield incursion. Jimmy Shane heads to the backstretch. Meanwhile, on the front stretch, with 1:50, you've got J. Michael Kelly in the 9.
Tell me when he crosses start finish.
And that would be now. And
okay.
he's not going really fast either. And Brad, they have telemetry readings for the 80-mile-an-hour situation, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's all being monitored.
So here comes Mike down to the lower end at $125 right now. I think he's in pretty good shape. He'll have to stay at 80 miles an hour for a bit. He gets right to the entrance pin now at 117. Then it's going to be Jamie Nielsen in the Joker's Casino. He's going to slot himself into lane number 2. Jimmy Shane's going to wind this blue and white boat up hard on the outside. Derek, he's starting to put the foot down a little bit, but we're coming up on 1 minute to the start of Heat 2.
J. Michael Kelly just coming off the exit pin of turn number 2, Tire Factory turn number 2 in lane number 1. Then you've got Jamie Nielsen in lane 2 on the outside. The home street with Jimmy Shane in lane number 3 as they
45 seconds. 45 seconds.
And they are directly across from the start-finish line here at the Brunsman's Memorial Barge. It's the parade lap. Do they have any indication in the cockpit on that 80-mile-an-hour situation too, Brad?
Yes, they do.
All right, so they're well aware of that when it does occur. Back up to the top end of the course into Sun Pacific Energy Shell Sun Market turn number 3. J. Michael Kelly to the apex in lane number 1.
15 seconds, Mark, 15.
That's the 9. Lynx Healthcare presents Miss Tri-Cities lane number 2. Miss Joker's Casino with Jamie Nielsen lane 3. Miss Madison
5.
Home Street
4.
1 with Jimmy Shane.
3, 2, 1. Mark.
It is a perfectly clean start from our vantage point. On the outside, that's where you find the boat speed. But look at Jamie Nielsen. He's in the tunnel. He's going to try to take second place away from J. Michael Kelly.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to do it. When they get down there, absolutely dead even. And I'll tell you what, Jimmy Shane's way on the outside, Derek.
Don't know what happened to Derek in Tire Factory turn number 2, but we'll take over from here as they get to the exit pin. Jamie Nielsen really backed out on the throttle. Looks like he may have lost some power heading into Tire Factory turn number 2. So on the backstretch, you've got Shane in the lead on the outside. J. Michael Kelly, he's about, 3 boat lengths back as they come up that backstretch, the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch, and dive into Sun Market turn number 3. Both boats into the turn to the apex with Rattlesnake Mountain. A little bit hazy this afternoon in the backdrop. They get to the exit pin of White's Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 4. They are deck to deck. Jimmy Shane is going to squirt forward and take the lead away as they come to the start-finish line and across at 159.061 miles per hour. It's Jimmy Shane with the lead in the home straight, heading into All Doors Incorporated, turn number 1.
Home straight, Jimmy Shane walks the sponsons to the entrance pin of the corner, but Kelly staying right with him on the inside, Derek.
Be a digital detective. Enroll in the new Google Cybersecurity Certificate to jumpstart your career in a high-growth field. You'll develop the skills employers want and
So it's on the inside, J. Michael Kelly with the short course around, and he was able to reel in Jimmy Shane just a little bit, but Shane starts to pull away on the backstretch. This is where you really watch on the Griggs backstretch to see which boat has the power. And right now it's Jimmy Shane in the home straight, and he is starting to pull away, almost a full rooster tail lead. Now, J. Michael Kelly has the opportunity to cut into that lead as they head into Shell Sun Market turn number 3. To the apex. J. Mike with a really nice turn on the inside, hugging the buoy line, but Jimmy Shane with boat speed on the outside, and he's going to be impossible to catch in that one home street as they come across the Mosteller start-finish line. It's a half a rooster tail lead for Jimmy Shane coming down the front stretch.
Yeah, it is Jimmy Shane, and he is showing some incredible speed, and he's also letting J. Michael Kelly know, I let you get on the inside of me, and you still can't run with me. Home street bank, Jimmy Shane.
Easily a rooster tail length lead now. Sorry guys about that delay. We're back in action here at turn number 2. Generator ran out of fuel, but we're good. So it is that home street boat again, a rooster tail length lead over Miss Tri-Cities and J. Michael Kelly now as they enter the Griggs backstretch.
Yep, and the white flag out on the course for Jimmy Shane in Heat 2 in the Miss Madison.
Jimmy Shane's first lap of 159 miles an hour. I believe that's going to be another course record in a heat qualifier, if I'm not mistaken. So it's the cream of the field right now for Jimmy Shane. Just an incredible boat ride. He's bringing it home, Mike.
And off the exit pin of White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 4. Jimmy Shane onto the front stretch. Checkered flag is out. Home Street gets the victory with Jimmy Shane in the Miss Madison. Second place, J. Michael Kelly in the Lynx Healthcare presents Miss Tri-Cities the 9. Jamie Nielsen just getting into turn number 3, the Shell Sun Market turn to the apex, and now to turn number 4. Hello to our Buffalo Brothers friends upstreams.
Day should be an interesting zone to watch here again now as they get set up here, coming now round Tire Factory turn 2 all the way down the Griggs backstretch toward that Sun Pacific Energy turn 3 marker.
Now the Grand Prix America boats, they have assigned lanes. The E350s, they don't, and obviously the H1 Unlimiteds, they don't. So the race before the race is underway with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to the start of Unlimited Heat number 3. And it looks like, yep, cutting across the Esco Electric infield was Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate 91.
Earlier during the boat races, he cut across way too early yesterday. Not only got disqualified, not only had the 80-mile-an-hour violation, but also jumped the gun by almost 3 full seconds by our count.
That was an error that I'm sure they reviewed and took a look at video to retake your marks out on the course, your timing marks, and make sure you don't do that again. Learn from your mistake.
So far, Jimmy Shane has made 0 mistakes this boat race weekend. Doesn't matter if he's on the inside or the outside. Of course, he's got the gear, he's got the prowess. He's definitely the guy to beat. All the drivers know that coming into today's competition.
Check out that move by Jamie Nielsen right there. He cut the course. Bernard came all the way down here to the bottom. Jamie was on the outside of Jeff, and he cut the lower end of the race course off. Now finds himself on the inside and a little bit out in front of Mr. Bernard.
2 minutes and 35 seconds to the start of Heat 3 for the H1 Unlimited's Hapo Columbia Cup action.
Boy, and since we've been racing yesterday, Jimmy Shane in the U1 home street has been on a first-name basis with those outside course markers.
Yep.
Derek, he was right up against him.
Oh, yeah, and that continues to be the case. Hey, he's found where he likes out on the course, and it seems to be working for him. I think one of the more interesting situations here that we'll have to be watching for with Jamie Nielsen and, of course, the U91 Goodman Real Estate boat as well is those timing on those starts, and I think both actually were disqualified from some heats yesterday for falling under 80 miles per hour in these earlier rounds in this race before the race.
Exactly.
Well, I can tell you right now, those two guys coming down the front straightaway are in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, they went way out wide at the exit pin of White's Finished Furniture and Hardwood's turn number 4 to scruff off a little bit more speed. They're just across start-finish line now.
Jamie Neal. He's running, he's doing the S curves.
He's going to jump. No, he's going to just kind of do that S move, that snake move down that straightaway to stay above 80 if he can and be in the right position if he can.
When you're on the outside like Jimmy Shane is prone to do, obviously you're covering more area, but when you're diving into turn 1, there's just not that much water there. What's the advantage of staying outside with that boat speed, Brad?
Clean water. Clean water's the big one there. If you've got enough boat speed to field to drive around everybody, if you can get clean water out there, then you can go for it. Coming up on 1 minute, I think they're going to be okay. Also looks like Bernard's going to be on the outside, and this time Jimmy Shane will tuck in the center position unless he moves out now. Watch him, Derek, and I think he just did.
He did. He just jumped the wake. He's now moved to that outside lane. Staying right where he likes, as you mentioned, Brad, that cleaner water.
Well, that's where he won yesterday, lane number 3. So on the inside, the 11 Jokers Casino with Jamie Nielsen. Lane number 2 will be the Goodman Real Estate 91 Miss Madison with Jeff Bernard. The other Miss Madison boat, the 1 Home Street with Jimmy Shane in lane number 3 as they head up the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch. Nielsen in 1, Bernard in 2, Shane in 3. Countdown is on. 18 seconds to the start of Heat 3 as they come to the apex and now around the exit pin of turn number 4 with our Buffalo Brothers friends in the camp up at turn number 4. Hitting the throttle now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. Ooh, it's a really clean start. That was really close for all the boats. The boat speed, though, is on the outside. Jamie Nielsen's on the inside track. He'll get down there first, but look at the outside boat, the home street. It's a clean start, by the way. It's a good start.
Absolutely. It was a good start down in the lower corner. It was Bernard that got down here first with lane position, Derek.
Yeah, phenomenal start and phenomenal turns here as now Bernard looks like he was taking the lead out of that turn 2, but along the Griggs backstretch here, that home street boat, Jimmy Shane, we know he's quick, and he looks to be now pulling ahead.
Yeah, but watch Bernard in lane number 2. He's going to challenge Jimmy Shane as they come up the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch. They'll be diving into Sun Pacific Energy, Shell Sun Market, turn number 3, and it's Bernard with the lead, at least for now. Jamie Nielsen's in lane number 1. He'll gain a little ground on that inside lane as they come to the exit pin of turn number 4. It's the Goodman Real Estate boat with the lead by about 4 boat lengths over Jimmy Shane. Nielsen falling back a little bit in 3rd place now, about a half rooster tail back of the leaders. Now it's Shane challenging on the outside in the home street. He's going to pass Bernard as they head into All Doors Incorporated, turn number 1.
Madison Racing running 1-2, just not sure which one's first. It would be the Goodman Real Estate 91 with Jeff Bernard.
Oh, and they are close, but Jimmy Shane dances those sponsons a little bit in that turn. He lost a little bit. He'll have to make it up here along this Griggs backstretch where he's got that speed on the outside. Meanwhile, Miss Joker's Casino boat, Jamie Nielsen, still hanging out in that third about a rooster tail back.
Jeff Bernard, first lap speed, 149.3. Second place, the home street, 147.2.
Deck-to-deck racing, Sun Market, turn number 3 into Woods Finished Furniture, turn number 4, deck-to-deck with Goodman Real Estate on the inside, Miss Home Street on the outside. It's Jimmy Shane challenging at the Mosteller start-finish line, and he will regain the lead coming down the front stretch. And this is where Jeff Bernard really needs to stay on it. If he wants to have a chance, he's going to need to get in this corner first.
Yeah, well, he's not going to get down here first. Payne's going to get down here first, but only by about a boat length in the home street on the outside. Derek, right to you.
Yeah, and Bernard, again, he cuts close inside here along that buoy, and they're close now coming out of Tire Factory turn 2, but it appears that Jimmy Shane is hanging on to this lead now more than a few boat lengths ahead. Call it half a rooster tail on the outside down the Griggs backstretch.
Jimmy Jimmy Shane, lap 2, 154.7. That's Jimmy Shane in the U1, a 154 turn to lap number 2.
And Jimmy Shane now is pulled away, coming down the Griggs backstretch into Shell Sun Market, turn number 3. Jimmy Shane with the lead as they come off the top end of the course. Checkered flag is coming out for Heat 3 for the Unlimiteds. Shane with the lead at the exit pin. Bernard's on the inside in the Goodman Real Estate. He's pulled almost even with him, but look at Shane with that speed on the straightaway to the Mostiller start-finish line. The checkered flag is out. Jimmy Shane in the home street takes the checkered flag.
But a boat race and a message sent. Hey, he will not go away.
Jeff Bernard, 91 Goodman Real Estate, a perfect run except for that final lap in Tire Factory, turn number 2. Had to back off the throttle a bit, and that cost him going on to the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch.
But that was competitive. There's no question about it. A very competitive boat race.
They've excelled all the way to this point, and they are in the fastest race boats in the world. They know how to handle it. They just got to know what it is. Right in front of Derek is the Chartreuse in royal blue. That is the U11, the Joker's Casino. Met some Joker's Casino people during the air show. Some great folks here. They're having a great time. Also had a conversation. Boy, they're doing this right in order. The powder blue and white, the U1, Miss Home Street. Met some of their folks, and all of a sudden we've had the lid down on the 91, the Goodman Real Estate, and now all of a sudden crew members have jumped on board and the lid has gone up. J. Michael Kelly's boat is still sitting at the dock. They haven't even tried to pull that one away. The nose is still up snug against the dock. I'll throw it back up to you guys, and I'll keep an eye on the pit area down here, but now perhaps a little bit of drama with the 91, the Goodman Real Estate.
Let's head over to Tire Factory, turn number 2, and Derek Maselli for News Radio 610 KONA. The one thing that I noticed, the wind is coming right at me now, and so it's got to be right at your back as you look up towards the top end of the course.
Yeah, that's exactly the case, but the water still looks pretty smooth.
It does.
Out here, actually. So I don't anticipate, at least until maybe the guys start chopping it up themselves, as we've got a full slate of races coming up this afternoon. Right now, it's still looking pretty much like glass out there, despite what is definitely a noticeable breeze at my back now.
Here comes Kelly.
So J. Michael Kelly is away in the Lynx Healthcare, presents Miss Tri-Cities, the 9, but still Goodman Real Estate. Jeff Bernard, the 91, the Miss Madison 2, is not out from the pits.
Now, and he's still got crew members on board, and the lid is still up, so they're in trouble. They're scrambling down there. On my watch, we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds. He's got to be out on the race course in a planing attitude at the 1 minute mark. He's got about a minute and a half.
So the boats are all on the backstretch right now. J. Michael Kelly on the inside. Now you see Jimmy Shane on the outside heading up to Sun Market, turn number 3, our friends with Sun Pacific Energy. Now as the boats come around the top end of the course to the apex and to the exit pin of White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 4, that's where they'll start to pick up that breeze head on.
So
and that's what we'll be watching.
Quickly, like Brad was saying, within a lap, maybe within this lap, they have a chance to figure it out.
Jamie Nielsen ducks through the ESCO Electric infield from back to front stretch and jumps in front of J. Michael Kelly and Jimmy Shane.
About a minute left for it to get away from the dock.
Yeah, the clock is on for Jeff Bernard and the Goodman Real Estate. Jimmy Shane's going to come down at a fairly good clip across start finish, and I think he's going to leapfrog in front. He may want an inside lane for this race. Now he's going to jump across the ESCO Electric infield to the backstretch.
Yeah, he was going way too fast to come all the way down the race course. I expect he's going to go up and cut again up at the top end. You know my timing marks. It's a minute 30, and it's a minute 30 right now. And Jamie, boy, he's here early, and he's trying to scruff off some time. He's staying outside the buoys. Meanwhile, down in the pit area, there's about 4 people on the deck of the black and gold.
Wow.
It does not look good as they're coming up on 15 seconds, and it doesn't look good for the Goodman Real Estate.
Jimmy Shane across the ESCO Electric DMZ to the front stretch, Brad. You called it. He's coming down the front stretch, heading to All Doors Incorporated, turn number 1. Is he going to dive across here?
Nope, he's going to come all the way down. And we're inside 1 minute. That's it for the Goodman Real Estate. They're out. You're going to have a 3-boat heat. Jamie Nielsen's going to be in lane 1 again. He's been there all weekend. See if he can make it work this time. You got him.
J. Michael Kelly setting up in lane number 2. And lane number 3 has been a good one so far for the 1, Home Street Bank and Jimmy Shane. So the boats now heading to the top end of the course with 35 seconds to the start of Unlimited Heat 4.
And to my recollection, the last 3 of these unlimited heats, all of the drivers have pretty much synchronized their marks and have gotten to the start-finish line. It's been very close, but we've had a good start on all the races except the one yesterday. Coming down the stretch, 15 seconds, 15 seconds.
Early.
Jamie Nielsen off the exit pin at turn number 4 onto the front stretch. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. It is a clean start, but the boat speed's all the way on the outside. It's going to be the home street. Jimmy Shane leading down the front stretch. J. Michael Kelly's in the tunnel in between.
Yeah, he's definitely, Shane has tightened it up a little bit. It's going to be a little tight in there for Kelly, but he's on the inside. Derek, you got a better view.
And there he is, bouncing left and right and back again. Still staying good on that outside in lane 3. Meanwhile, J. Michael Kelly, maybe half a rooster tail behind now in that lane number 2, and then hugging the inside. That missed Joker boat. It's Jamie Nielsen, where he likes to be as well, as they now work down the Griggs backstretch off towards Sun Pacific Energy, turn number 3.
Yeah, Jamie Nielsen really had to back off the throttle. He got lumpy in Tire Factory turn number 2. He backed off. J. Michael Kelly's now fallen about a half a rooster tail behind. He's in lane number 2. On the outside is your race leader. That's the one, the home street with Jimmy Shane. Beautiful turn at the top end of the course at the exit pin of turn number 4 for Jimmy Shane. Back onto the front stretch, and Kurt will have a time as he comes across the Mosteller start-finish line.
154.299 miles an hour.
That is cooking. J. Michael Kelly's hot on his heels, but he's back a rooster tail as they head to All Doors turn number 1.
Yeah, J. Michael Kelly's giving ground to Jimmy Shane. Shane's already the apex just as Kelly gets to the entrance there.
Yeah, and this is huge, guys. Remember, right now, this team with the Miss Tri-Cities, that links U9, the U8 situation that we had with that crash, they're actually not that far behind this Miss Madison crew in in the national point standings right now. So that's definitely a matchup to watch as they work now down that Griggs backstretch off toward Sun Pacific Energy turn number 3.
Yeah, and they dive into turn number 3, and it's almost a 2 rooster tail lead now for Jimmy Shane in the home street as he comes around at the apex and the exit pin of turn number 4. J. Michael Kelly trying to reel him back in, but he's not going to have enough real estate. And the boat speed, it's been just perfect all weekend long for Jimmy Shane in the Madison home street. The 1. Here comes J. Michael Kelly across start-finish line, but he's 2 rooster tails back of our race leader, Jimmy Shane.
Yeah, Shane's coming down here. He's really opened up the water now. He can drive anywhere he wants to go. Got plenty of lead on J. Michael Kelly, but he's still staying out wide. He's flying the boat at the apex, coming right to Derek.
Yeah, still at this point seems like it's really his race to lose, but now J. Michael Kelly cuts it inside on that turn, took it tight. He's still got a lot of ground to cover, probably a rooster tail and a half or so down this Griggs backstretch.
Yeah, but as we watch from across the pond, Derek, you can just see that the home street is starting to pull away on the Griggs backstretch.
Shane backing off the throttle just a touch. Lap number 2, 151. Still cooking, but not like lap number 1.
Yeah.
He's just enjoying the ride now.
It's been a good one and another great start. No, Jamie Nielsen and the Jokers has moved outside. Remember, he had lane number 1 at the start. He's moved outside.
Recordings just got better.
Mark. 1 minute period has begun for match race. Heat number 2, Dustin Eccles to the inside. In the gear 40, Miss Beacon Plumbing. Jimmy Shane on the outside, your top qualifier. In year 1, Miss Home Street. Eccles to the inside, Shane to the outside. Brad Luce, we are 35 seconds away. Let's begin the showdown with H1 Unlimited in San Diego. Let's go racing from the San Diego Bay Fair, presented by Home Street Bank. Jeff, on your marks. Mark. It was 25 seconds. You said 21. You can drive on these things. All right. Joe Rears in there. There was about 12 seconds off that exit. 1:15 right now. So they're going to be pretty close. Don't jump and head out of speed. Eccles, Beacon Plumbing on 1. Shane, Home Street on the outside. Inside 5 seconds. We are 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. Mark. And we are racing in the first race of our showdown. Shane with a lot of speed on the outside. I think he's going to get down there first. The angle will change. The start is under review. Start is under review. We'll call them as they are in the water. And right now it's Jimmy Shane with about 3 boat lengths when they get to the exit pit. Eccles will now try and set ground on the inside. Now it's just pedal to the metal, Jeff.
Start under review. Shane a slight lead on the outside. Eccles the advantage. Shorter way around on the inside. Both boats have jumped the start here in the match race. Shane your leader. Eccles to the inside. Brad in turn number 2. Still anybody's race. Both jump the gun.
We are just going to run the 2 laps. We'll be taking all the way. They're just going to run the 2 laps. Nothing like Eccles staying on the inside. It's pretty sharp. But Jim Shane is on the outside. Lots of boat speed in that boat. He set the lap record here with yesterday. Look for the powder blue and they get down to the lower end of the race. Or is it going to be all orange? There's the powder blue. But Jeff, this time it's only about 3 boat lengths. Eccles is hanging right with him. Good boat racing and dueling here. And oh, by the way, this is the checkered flag lap.
Final time around. Shane a slight leader on the outside, but you can see Eccles accelerating on the inside at Beacon Plumbing. Anybody's race in this match race. Now Shane extends it out by 4 lengths. Brad and Eccles tighten it up. Final turn, final lap.
Gonna have to use that inside lane to his advantage. Jimmy Shane doing it. Now it's a pure acceleration up the top of the race course. And they just come down to pick up that checker flag. Verify a checker. Coming down, and it's going to be Jimmy Shane. It's going to cross start finish line. When the checker flag flies. Shane by, I don't know, the margin of victory, I'm going to guess 5, 6, 7 boat lengths. It was acceleration off the top end here. I think they got it for him.
I think Dustin made up some ground, Brad, but I thought it was about 3 boat lengths, but we'll identify it here on our monitor here in a bit. But we're off and running in the H1 Unlimited Showdown format here at the 2022 Home Street Bank San Diego Bay Fair.
115 to the start. J. Michael Kelly going down to the I-5 corner. Jeff Bernard just entering that lower corner right now. They will hook up coming up the backstretch, and then we'll start watching our timing marks. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark. 1 minute. 1 minute to the start of our second match race. Winner moves on to the final heat, where they will join Jimmy Shane, who won the Miss Home Street, assuming both boats go through tech inspection. But that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to win this match race and get yourself on the front row of that winner-take-all final coming up later on in the day. Now our 2 boats are very close together, Jeff. 35 seconds. They're hooked up.
Looks good coming up on the 30-second mark. J. Michael Kelly in lane number 1. Jeff Bernard in lane number 2. 24 seconds, Brad. I say that's where you need to be. They're there. Brad Lewis, bring him to the start-finish line. Who is this?
It is the Miss Tri-Cities on the inside. 10 seconds until the start. I like the timing. I like where they are. Now it's acceleration. We are at 5 seconds. Make it 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. And we are racing here in our second match race. Kelly on the inside in the Miss Tri-Cities. Bernard on the outside. Can't see Jeff Bernard. Who's going to get down there first? Jeff Taylor. Who do we see? We see J. Michael Kelly. And the start was good. It's legal, Jeff.
Start was good. Kelly, your leader. Where is Bernard? There he is. They are deck. Off turn number 1. Thundering up the back straightaway on Mission Bay. Now Bernard pulls out to a slight lead. Kelly with the advantage on the inside. Shorter way around. Bernard, Kelly. Here comes Kelly on the inside.
Kelly is just banging that right sponsor. And they're going to get to the corner almost. Coming down to complete lap number 1. This is only a 2-lap deal. You've got to get it now, Jeff Bernard. If you're going to make it happen, J. Michael Kelly going down Bernard. They put one of the boats. They both got the white flag. 1 to go. Kelly and Bernard on the outside. Got to go get him now, Jeff.
Dynamite H1 Showdown match race. Kelly maintaining that lead on the inside. Final time around. Kelly in front. Bernard still knocking on the door in second. There's Kelly. There's Bernard. And Bernard has got it down to about 2 boat lengths. And Brad, by my view, they are side by side. You can throw a blanket over them.
Final time around. And now Kelly pulls out to lead on the inside. Final turn, final lap. Here we go. Coming down to get the checkered flag. The winner will move on to the final.
People come down and pick up the checkered flag. Jeff Bernard turning right and down the outside, but he's going to move out of real estate. Jeff Baylor on the winner of our second showdown. J. Michael Kelly, U9 from Miss Tri-Cities.
Nice run by J. Michael Kelly. The team was strong racing. We'll be happy with that performance. It's been a struggle with this craft in 2022. It woke up in testing this morning, and boy, it looked good here in this match race. J. Michael Kelly will advance to the showdown final heat.
Work goes smoothly when you
Looks like he won lane number 1 in the Mississippi real estate. 130 is doing the start with Brandon. Here comes Edwards and Nielsen. Will they try some cat and mouse game to try to shoot in front of Bernard to go to his left? We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, watch Nielsen. He went down there with a pretty fair amount of speed on the far outside. I saw just when they got to the corner. Nielsen's going to come off the bottom of the race course here, I think, before the other two. There he is. He's going to stick his nose out there. And remember, it's a full rooster tail before you can move over to an outside lane. He did not do it. Jamie right now is still sitting on the outside. Jeff Baylor with 55 seconds to bring him up the back chute.
Right now, Brad, I think everybody will be well behaved in the H1 Unlimited Last Chance Showdown on Saturday here at the Home Street Bank San Diego Bay Fair. Jeff Bernard, lane number 1, Goodman Real Estate. Dustin Apples, lane number 2, Beacon Plumbing. Lane number 3 to Jamie Nielsen. Legend Yacht Transport. Brad Luce, we are now 30 seconds to the start. Bring him to the green flag for the last chance. Here we go.
This is when your time marks are going to work at 26 seconds. But Nielsen was on the far outside. He might be right. It's about a 12-second run off the exit. Kim Baylor now at 13 seconds when they face off. Bernard on the outside. Bernard is on the inside. Nielsen in the middle. On the lane number 2. We are 1 second apart. We are racing. On the lanes right there. Coming down to the bottom of the race course. It is Jeff Bernard in lane number 1. I believe the start is legal. Jeff Baylor, the start was Bernard. Already opened up water.
And we got a problem with the Beacon Plumbing. I believe Dustin Eccles is dead in the water. Brad will get a better eye on him.
Stand by for a countdown. Time to go racing.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Final heat, H1. That's 3:30.
Jeff Bernard is anxious. I tell you, he said 1 mark, and I could hear the turbine spooling behind me. Bernard is away. Nielsen is away. Jimmy Shane is away. Just awaiting on Jeff Bernard. Excuse me, just awaiting for J. Michael Kelly. I was looking at Bernard. Bernard is up. He's on the front straightaway. Jamie Nielsen now gets it up on plane. He will turn left. Just waiting now for J. Michael Kelly in the U9. He's got a bit of a hot start going, a big flow of flame out the exhaust cone, but here comes J. Michael Kelly. Jeff Mailer, here we go. Final heat time.
Looking forward to it. All 4 boats up and running for the H1 Unlimited Showdown Final Heat on this day, number 2 of 3 of the 2022 Home Street Bank San Diego Bay Fair. Bernard through the course. Brad, that's legal.
It is a legal maneuver. Got to watch J. Michael Kelly coming down the front straightaway. Everything's going to be cool there. So we've got all 4 boats up and running. Remember, we're going to go 3 times around. It is a winner-take-all final heat. Looking at our 4 boats, you got the Home Street with Jimmy Shane, the Miss Tri-Cities, J. Michael Kelly, Legend Yacht Transport, Jamie Nielsen. Rounding out our 4-boat field is the Goodman Real Estate with Jeff Bernard. All the boats are down toward the bottom end of the race course. Going to be some kind of fun coming up here in about 3 minutes and 20 seconds, Jeff Ayler.
Jimmy Shane, Miss Home Street, coming up on the 3-minute mark for the H1 Unlimited Showdown Final Heat here on this Saturday at Mission Bay in San Diego. Shane right here in front of us in Miss Home Street, 3 minutes away.
Our boats have got to stay above 80 miles an hour. One of the things we've talked about this year is the ability of Jamie Nielsen driving the U11 to find his way into lane 1. He's not afraid to stuff it in there. He likes to do it. He's coming up the backstretch. He's running a little bit of a weave here. I think he's a little bit behind or a little bit ahead of the timing mark that he would like to have, and he's trying to scruff off a little bit of time. He's got a spotter telling him that Jeff Bernard is coming up behind him, but he's way back there. So he's got a little bit of real estate to play with. This is that fighting for lane. Now watch Kelly come up here. He is right on the outside hip of Jeff Bernard. Still looking at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. A lot to still be determined here, but we are fighting for lanes. Don't forget it, 3 laps.
Tough to tell from our angle. I'm curious to see if Jamie Nielsen slid back toward that buoy row on the front chute in the Legend Yacht Transport. He is followed by Jeff Bernard and Goodman Real Estate, the gold and black craft. Then J. Michael Kelly in the dominant silver Miss Tri-Cities. Here's Jimmy Shane entering turn number 2 at the 150 mark in Miss Home Street. Nielsen cuts through the infield, and Brad, you're exactly right. Nielsen has a knack and a way to get lane number 1. Can he do it again in this showdown final heat?
The other guy is really good at it. We know and talk about him all the time. Nielsen's just going to run a big donut in the middle of the field. J. Michael Kelly is very good at it, but he's sitting outside right now of Jeff Bernard. Bernard's boat has run beautifully this weekend. I know Jeff would like to pin that thing on an inside lane. They're going down to the bottom end of the race course at 120 until the start. They will come up to the top end of the race course one more time, then they will hit our start finish line, and we will be racing in the showdown final here. 3 laps to determine a winner up the backstretch, and look who is sitting on that inside lane. It is Jeff Bernard as we're 3 seconds to 1 mark. 1 minute, and oh, it's going to get interesting because it looks like Bernard is going to sit in 1. Looks like Kelly's going to sit in 2. We talked about Nielsen getting in the inside lane. Looks like he's going to be in the outside with Shane coming up in the number 3 lane. Jeff, bring him up.
Brad, you called it perfectly. Jeff Bernard, lane 1, Miss Goodman Real Estate. J. Michael Kelly, lane 2, Miss Tri-Cities. Jimmy Shane, lane 3, Miss Home Street. Jamie Nielsen on the outside, and Legend Yacht Transport. 30 seconds until the start. It's a nice alignment, maybe just a tug. Yes, they are early. Need to be there at 12. Brad Luce bringing to the green flag for the H1 Unlimited Showdown Final.
All right, coming up on 18 seconds. We believe it's about a 12-second run off that exit pin. They are a little bit early. Maybe Jamie Nielsen on the outside's got the best timing. We talked about it. It is Bernard in 1. It's Kelly in 2. It's Shane in 3. Nielsen on the outside. We're inside 5 seconds. We're 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 mark. And we are racing in our showdown final heat. 3 laps. Winner take all. Boats go roaring down to the bottom end of the race course. Who is going to get down there first? It is Jeff Bernard's going to be down there in the 91, the Goodman Real Estate. Now watch him get to the exit pit of the corner. The start is good. He's going to have company, and the company is Kelly. Kelly is right with him. Then Shane is on the outside in lane number 3. 3 of them going side by side up the backstretch. Jeff Ayler, a solid run.
Brad, we got a triple decker halfway up the back chute. Bernard, Kelly, here comes Shane, and Bernard, your leader at the entrance pin of turn 2.
Wow, top end of the race course. Bernard driving the daylights out of that Goodman Real Estate. It's a big course for Jimmy Shane on the outside. J. Michael Kelly in between boats. Keep your foot in it, Jeff, and he's running hard. He's coming down to put the first of 3 in the books, but we still got 3 boats tied together. This is anybody's boat race. And remember, it's a quick one. We're only going 3 times around. There's only 2 laps left. Who's going to get down there first? Bernard still got his lead, I think. Jeff, he does. Bernard is there first, but watch, he's got company on the right side.
Bernard in front. We'll see who comes out. It's his teammate, Jimmy Shane, in Miss Home Street. Bernard, your leader. Kelly in third, but here comes Shane on the outside in Miss Home Street. The Miss Madison Racing Tandem running 1-2, and now Shane in front, but Bernard's got the advantage on the inside. Beautiful side in turn number 2, and Brad, Shane takes the lead. Can Bernard counter back?
Yeah, Shane takes the lead. He's on the outside. He's driving a mighty big race course. He's leaving plenty of room in there for J. Michael Kelly, who is starting to drop back. Now they're going to come down, pick up a white flag with 1 to go. Can Jeff Bernard hold off his teammate? And there is Jimmy Shane. We see the nose of the white and blue Miss Home Street as they put 2 in the books. This is the checkered flag lap. How big of a lead does Jimmy Shane have? We're going to see it when they turn down there at the I-5 corner. Shane gets down there first. Oh boy, he's opened up about 4 or 5 boat lengths. Now watch how wide he goes. Bernard's going to have to gobble up some ground on the inside, Jeff.
Final lap in the H1 Unlimited Showdown final heat. Jimmy Shane running a wide arc. Now about a 7 boat length advantage over Jeff Bernard in second and Goodman Real Estate. J. Michael Kelly, though, not giving him up in third in Miss Tri-Cities. Final turn, final lap approaching for Jimmy Shane, but Brad, we got a battle for second between Bernard and Kelly.
Yeah, we got a real close race running there for second place. Kelly is making up ground on Jeff Bernard as they get to the exit pin, but it is Jimmy Shane going to come off the top end of the race course and come down and claim the victory. You see the white, the blue and white out in front of Jeff Bernard. Bernard is going to come home in second place. Your winner on the water of the shootout final heat is going to be Jimmy Shane, driving to you on the Home Street. Teammate Jeff Bernard in the 91, the Goodman Real Estate, is going to come home in second place on the water, third place, and a valiant effort to J. Michael Kelly driving the U9, the Miss Tri-Cities. That was a dynamite 3-lap final with those 3 boats. Jamie Nielsen.
185, 190, not without question. Jimmy Shane had a test lap this morning in Miss Home Street at over 168 miles per hour. You don't win it in testing, you win it in racing.
Yeah, one of the boats I want to watch in this one is the U9, the Miss Tri-Cities, with J. Michael Kelly. Kelly was our winner last time. Oh boy, look at the maneuvers. Look at the boats kill time. That is Jeff Bernard going way up against the outside course markers there. Now watch him. He's going to weave back in. He's able to do that. It's a legal maneuver. Second time he's done it, he came off way wide at the lower end. What that says is he's ahead of his timing mark by a little bit. The boat out in front of him, I started to say, was J. Michael Kelly. I'm looking for Kelly to secure that inside lane. I think he knows he can't run with some of these guys. He learned that in the shootout yesterday. I think he's going to push that thing for an inside lane and really try and run it.
Brad, we need to come up with a new term when we see that weaving activity, just cleaning the sponsons.
I like that, yeah, just warming them up like we're doing tires at NASCAR. Anyway, down the front straightaway with coming up on 140 until the start. Yeah, I think Mike, if I had to guess, he's a little early, but we shall see. The field coming up behind him, I don't think anybody's going to cut. I think they will go all the way down to the lower end of the race course. The other piece to the puzzle, Jeff, that we haven't spoken about here for our new race fans, there is a rule that when the boats come out of the pit area and until such time as they hit the start-finish line, they must maintain 80 miles an hour. That's why we say, well, the boat might be a little bit early, and is J. Michael Kelly putting his foot in it? I thought he was maybe accelerating and thinking, now look at Mike, he's going to do the maneuver. He's going to start weaving up the backstretch.
We want to be at this entrance pin of turn number 2 at 24 seconds, behind the exit pin of turn number 2 at 12 seconds, then mash the gas. Maybe scrubbed off a couple of seconds there. Right now, lane 1 appears to be J. Michael Kelly. In the Miss Tri-Cities, Jeff Bernard in lane 2, Goodman Real Estate. Jimmy Shane, lane 3, Miss Home Street. Jamie Nielsen, lane 4, Legend Yacht Transport. Brad Luce for 35 seconds until the start. Bring him to the green flag for H1 Unlimited.
Yeah, Kelly's definitely a little bit early up here. He's got to maintain 80 miles an hour. There's 3 boats behind him, and they're going to gain on him when they come off the top end of the race course here and start to charge for the line. Getting a little bit tight in there for Jimmy Shane. He was running between 2 boats. He got a little tight with teammate Jeff Bernard. Coming up on 10 seconds until the start. Shane trails the field. He's in lane number 3. Kelly's in 1. We're inside 5 seconds. We're 2 seconds. 1 mark, and we are racing here in heat 1 of our H1 Unlimited Racing presented by Home Street Bank. The start is under review. Start is under review. We'll call them the way they are in the water. And the way they are in the water right now is J. Michael Kelly driving the 9 to Miss Tri-Cities. He's in the exit pit. He's got company. Nielsen on the outside. Then is Bernard in lane number 2. He's in second place. Shane back a little bit in the Home Street, Jeff, coming wide and fast into the backstretch.
Beautiful picture, quadruple decker. 1 lap penalty on Legend Yacht Transport on the outside. Brad, they thunder in turn 2. Kelly in front.
Kelly is really flying. Here comes Jimmy Shane in the Home Street. He has gotten past his teammate Jeff Bernard, but that was at the entrance pin of the corner. Bernard's going to gobble it back up as they come off the pin. Look at the acceleration from Jimmy Shane. He's now moving away from teammate Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. Still J. Michael Kelly out front. This is as good as we have seen the U9 Miss Tri-Cities run all year. Kelly going to get down to the bottom of the race course first. He is legal, or so we have been told. But watch for that blue. Ow, you big hop down there by J. Michael. And he had to pull his foot out a little bit, and Shane was able to pick up some ground, Jeff.
Scary moment for J. Michael Kelly. He recovered. Now it's Kelly on the inside, and Shane is powered from lane number 3 to take the lead. Miss Home Street in front. J. Michael Kelly in second. Jeff Bernard in third. Legend Yacht Transport, Jamie Nielsen, a 1-lap penalty for a gun jump in turn number 2. Shane takes the lead, but Kelly is still there.
Yeah, Kelly's still there. Basically dead even, but the speed was on the outside with Jimmy Shane driving to Home Street. Kelly going to try and make up ground on the inside. He does, but as they move down to put 2 in the books with 1 more to go, it is J. Michael Kelly with a lot of speed on his outside. Jeff Haler, we're looking for the nose of that powder blue boat to stick out. Yeah, there it is. We just saw the cowling. There, he's pulled up right alongside J. Michael Kelly at the entrance pin of the I-5 turn. It is Jimmy Shane now. He is out by 2-3, making 4 boat lengths. There's where Kelly had the big hop, was right there. He's cleaner through the corner this time, but he's giving ground, Jeff.
Beautiful dueling here in H1 Unlimited Heat 1, presented by Home Street Bank. And the Home Street Bank sponsored boat. U1 Miss Home Street leads it with Jimmy Shane. Time running out for J. Michael Kelly. Jeff Bernard is settled in third, and now Bernard going to the outside wake of Shane, your leader, entering the turn. Final turn, final lap for Jimmy Shane in front.
Yeah, Jimmy Shane's out front now by about 5 or 6 boat lengths. The inside lane's going to help J. Michael Kelly, but not enough. This one is going to go to Jimmy Shane off the top end of the race course. He will come down, pick up the checkered flag. Jimmy Shane driving the H1 Unlimited U1 to Miss Home Street. First place finish, second place to J. Michael Kelly in the U9 to Miss Tri-Cities. The U91 with Jeff Bernard. Goodman Real Estate will come home in third. And just now, coming off the top end of the race course, Legend Yacht Transport, the U11, driven by Jamie Nielsen.
Hey yo. Just want to shout out everybody for coming through. I appreciate everybody coming through. I especially appreciate seeing my uncle come through here. I hope you definitely see the passion for which you gave me in this sport. I hope you see it. I love you. But I just want to thank everybody for coming through. Please share the channel. Let the world know you saw the Hydros in 2D with your boy Seattle Rick 206, aka that boy Rick, aka they call him Slick, aka Hydroplane Rick 206, aka Rooster Tail Rick 206, y'all. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I love y'all. Shout out to Bruce Carson. Shout out to Kevin Glenn. And hand clap to your boy Seattle Rick 206. Lead Promotions. We promoting this thing, y'all. H1 Unlimited website. H1 Unlimited website. You can go grab this game right now. It's free. You can use your game controller for your PlayStation or your Xbox. All you gotta do is download the game into your computer or your laptop. Doesn't take too much space. Extract it, and you're in there. You can play every single boat that you just saw me play tonight. I just kind of get a little bit creative with it, and use use the stop clock and everything from the real footage, but I just want to let you guys know and see, you know, what could happen. You know, little things that could happen. Maybe not the real footage, but you know, little things that could happen. This game is in the bare bones right now, and there's going to be a lot more added. So you guys got to stay tuned. Stay tuned to the Hydro 2D page on Facebook. Stay tuned to the 2D Hydro on YouTube, Seattle Rick 206 YouTube. We got a lot of videos over there. We are pumping content out. And I'm pretty much the only one pumping all the content out for the game. So whatever you see Hydro 2D it's me now, unless somebody else is out there sharing too. And if they are, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. But it's your boy Seattle Rick 206, aka that boy Rick, aka they call him Slick, aka Hype Man Rick 206, aka 2D Hydroplane Game Rick, aka Rooster Tail Rick 206. I brought the spirit of 39th and Monroe. Shout out to the McQueen grandparents, grandma, grandpa. I hope you guys see what's going on too. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Please share the channel. Peace.